Hello and welcome to the English Concepts. I want to introduce today's lesson to you by asking you these three questions, so pay attention. Do you say, I miss you, or I am missing you? Are they the same? Is any of them even wrong? Do you say, the perfume smells good on you, or the perfume is smelling good on you? Do you think they are the same? Is any of them even wrong? And finally, do you say, I feel sleepy, or I am feeling sleepy? Are they the same? Is any of them even wrong? Let's find out. You might have heard about verbs being regular and irregular, transitive and intransitive. There is another category of verbs called action and stative verbs. And so we want to look at action and stative verbs today. More importantly, stative verbs. From basic school, you definitely learned that a verb is a doing word or an action word. A verb is a doing word or an action word. Now, it might be correct but not entirely true because not all verbs perform actions. We have action verbs, as I mentioned earlier. For example, write. When you write, you see an action being performed. You have walk. When you walk, you see an action being performed. Talk, just as I'm doing right now. But there are some verbs that do not show actions at all. For instance, understand. If I said understand, how are you going to perform this action? It doesn't show any action. If I said hear, how are you going to perform an action to hear? It doesn't perform any action. And so not all verbs are doing words or action words. Some verbs do not perform actions. And those verbs that do not perform actions are called stative verbs. Today, we want to scrutinize stative verbs. So pay attention. We are going to do this because a lot of people abuse the usage of stative verbs. They add ing to stative verbs that do not take ing. Of course, action verbs take ing, but stative verbs do not take ing. And here is why. In English grammar, if a verb does not perform an action, it cannot be used in the continuous form. So never add ing to verbs that do not perform actions. I mean, never add ing to stative verbs. It is important that you add ing to action verbs, verbs such as walk, talk, eat, dance, sing, and what have you. But never add ing to verbs that do not perform any actions, like understand, hear, know. These verbs do not perform any action, so we never want to add ing to them. Therefore, you can correctly say that a verb is a word that shows an action or a state of being. Since I have explained that not all verbs perform actions, you do not want to say a verb is a doing word or an action word. Rather, a verb is a word that performs an action or a state of being. How do you identify stative verbs so that you do not add ing to them, even when you are using them in the progressive form? Now, it is as simple as that. I want to give you a few categories so that you can remember and add your own examples to these stative verbs. First category I have for you are the verbs that show emotion. Verbs that show emotion. Example, hate. You want to say, I hate it, not I am hating it. Another one is like. You can say, I like the music and not I am liking the music, because the verb like does not perform any action. If you like something, what action does the like perform? It doesn't perform any action, so it is a stative verb. Another one is love, under the emotion. Say, I love you and not I am loving you, because love as a verb does not perform any action. It is a stative verb. Therefore, you do not want to add ing to it. So never say, I am loving you. Rather, you can say, I love you. Another category are the verbs that show senses. So you want to say, I hear you, not I am hearing you. You can say, I feel happy, not I am feeling happy. The soup tastes good, not the soup is tasting good, okay? Another category are the verbs that show possession. So, example is own. I own a house, not I am owning a house, because own doesn't perform any action, so you don't want to say owning. Another one is belong. The phone belongs to me, and not the phone is belonging to me. The last category I want to share with you are the verbs that show opinion, like know. Say, I know her, not I am knowing her. Recognize. I recognize you, not I am recognizing you. You can say, I understand this lesson, not I am understanding this lesson. Because all these verbs that I have mentioned are stative verbs. They do not perform any actions. And the rule is that stative verbs do not take the continuous form. So never add ing to these verbs. Okay. Do you find this lesson very educative? Then why don't you subscribe to this channel so that you have our videos anytime we post them? And I urge you to recommend this video to your friends who may be very interested in learning English language with us. It may be very useful to them, so kindly share the link with them. Now back to stative verbs. It is important for you to know that there are some verbs that can act as either stative verbs and as action verbs depending on the context in which you are using them. Examples of these verbs are have, think, taste, and see. Now I want to end this lesson by taking you back to the questions that I asked earlier at the beginning of this video. The first question was, I miss you, or I am missing you. Number 2 is, the perfume smells good on you. The perfume smells good on you. Or, the perfume is smelling good on you. The perfume is smelling good on you. Then finally, do you say, I feel sleepy, or I am feeling sleepy? I feel sleepy, or I am feeling sleepy. Thank you very much for making time to watch our video, and we look forward to having you watch the next video. Thank you and goodbye.